What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, shocking videos, shocking information. Or is it shocking, right? It's really not shocking, but it's interesting is the word I'm looking for. That may be a better word to use. Gabe Rosado, who is a warrior in the sport of boxing, well-renowned in the sport of boxing, never reached the pinnacle, but Gabe Rosado is very well respected in the sport of boxing. Gabe Rosado is going to give you 110% every time he steps in the ring. He never shortchanged the sport of boxing, never shortchanged the fans. He's right now 27 wins, 17 losses, 1 draw, 16 wins by way of knockout. 4 times he was knocked out in his career. He's 39 years of age. But he fought the who's of who's in the sport of boxing. He fights any and everybody. Batram Mataliev, Akhmadaliev, Shane Mosley Jr., Jaime Munguia, Danny Jacobs, Macy Selecki, Triple G, Josh Clotty, Jamel Charlo, Peter Quillen, Jalen Love. You name them. Gabe Rosado has fought any and everybody. And Gabe Rosado has a very interesting take when it comes to this mega fight coming up in about a month. Right? Today is the 15th. The fight is the 13th. So it's less than a month, less than 4 weeks now, which is a super fight that people are complaining about. But it's actually a super fight between 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. They officially hang them up and retire. An undefeated 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and pound for pound reigning king, Terrence Bud Crawford, who is 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout, and 4-division world champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight world champion, and reigning undisputed super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, right? Canelo Alvarez is 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. This is going to be a massive fight. Now, everybody has their opinion because Terrence Crawford inactive, okay? Fights once a year. He'll be 38 years of age, September 28th, I believe. He had 1 fight at 154 against Israel Majimov last August. So it'll be 13 months by the time he steps in the ring, over a year. And he only had 1 fight at 54. The last 5 years, he was at 147. So essentially, he's jumping up from 147 to 168. And so 2 things stuck out to me that shocked me, which is Gabe Rosado said that Canelo Alvarez has faster hands than Terrence Crawford. That was shocking. And then Gabe Rosado stated that Terrence Crawford can't box on his toes. That's not who he is. That's not what he does. Right? And he did this interview. Shouts out to Marcos Villegas, Fight Hub TV. And Marcos Villegas, he agreed. He said, no, he don't fight on his toes. And so he said he's never done that. And I'm like, did they watch Terrence Crawford's fights? Right? Or they're talking about in recent time. So it's shocking to me. But we're going to listen to what Gabe Rosado had to say because I just don't understand what people didn't pay attention to Crawford early in his career.
The difference, man. And one thing is like, right, so people are saying Canelo has problems with movers. But the reality is Crawford's not a mover. Crawford's not a fighter that fights on his feet in the sense of boxing, kind of like, let's say, how a Pernell Whitaker would box or how Landy Lara would box. Crawford is a fighter that works on angles. He's not on his feet like Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? He's not that kind of boxer. So he's gonna be there to get hit. You know, I feel like that favors Canelo because Canelo's gonna hit you in the arms. He's gonna hit you in the elbows. He's gonna hit anything you give him. He's gonna take it. You're gonna switch his style and become a mover, moving up 3 weight classes. So now you're gonna put all that weight on your legs, and you never boxed like that before. How can you do that? I'm not saying he can't, but I just don't see him. I just don't see him changing his style. Yeah. And my thing is this: I actually think Canelo's a faster fighter than Crawford. I think Crawford is just because I think Canelo has faster. I think Canelo has faster hands, but I think Crawford puts his punches together more. But I think like on the like let's say on the
Right. So you heard what he said, that he thinks that Canelo has faster hands and Crawford don't box like that. Canelo has extremely fast hands, but he needs to sit down on his punches. He doesn't have faster hands than Terence Crawford. He doesn't have faster reaction time than Terence Crawford. Yes, Terence Crawford uses angles. Yes, but Canelo doesn't have faster hands than Terence Crawford. He's just sitting down on his hand speed and his power, and he's flat-footed. It's different when you're moving and throwing your hands fast than when you're sitting down stationary, dug in, and throwing your hands fast. It's completely different. Another thing is he says that Terence Crawford doesn't box that way, and suddenly overnight he's going to change his style and start boxing. It leads me to believe that a lot of people just really started taking real notice to Terence Crawford once he became a welterweight. They didn't watch Terence Crawford versus Victor Postol. You didn't watch Terence Crawford versus Jose Benavidez Jr. You didn't watch Terence Crawford versus Brettis Prescott. Does he bounce on his toes and move an extreme amount? No, but he is a pure boxer when he wants to be. When he wants to be. If he don't respect your power and he feels like he have an advantage and he understands and he figures you out, then he becomes the aggressor, the predator. Did you not watch a couple of those rounds against Errol Spence when he was on his toes moving? Once he figured Errol Spence out and he was counterpunching Errol Spence and he understood that Errol Spence had nothing for him, then he becomes more stationary. These are things that people don't pay attention to when they watch Terence Crawford's career because they get enamored with the counterpunching ability and the knockouts. I suggest everybody go study those fights. When you have that ability, you always have that ability. I agree with Gabe Rosado when he says the weight may weigh down his legs. That's the concern that I have. But let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But I can't wait. September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez is going down. What y'all think? It's your boy Blue signing off. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. I'm gone. Peace.